Ever since the Vietnam War, environmentally conscious Americans have been advocating for a lifestyle more friendly to the planet. This new natural focus coined the household phrase reduce, reuse, recycle. Since the inception of the movement towards a cleaner earth, the 3 R's of saving the environment have been ignored by many. After over 40 years of trying to move towards a more sustainable lifestyle, it seems as if people are starting to heed the advice of environmentalists and be more conscious of their effect on the planet Earth. For most people, the first step towards an amicable relationship with the environment is to grab the nearest recycling bin. Although this step is better than no step, there is a reason why recycling is the last suggestion in the infamous phrase. It was created by plastic corporations. Plastic companies have been lying to us for years about the production and disposal of plastic. However, there are ways to combat the effects of the falsehood spread for at least half a century. Perhaps one of the cleverest marketing strategies plastic companies created was the creation of the recycling industry. Under the front of being recycling bin friendly, plastic companies were able to appease the consciousness of customers with any hint of environmental consciousness. For years, these corporations have fed us the lie that plastic recycling is legitimate. In reality, though, National Geographic reports that a piece of plastic can only be recycled maybe 2 or 3 times before it is no longer able to be used. After those uses, the plastic just ends up in a landfill or it ends up polluting the ocean. Furthermore, if these companies do recycle the plastic, they add new plastic to the recycled plastic, thus defeating the purpose of recycling in the first place. Revealing the falsehoods advertised by plastic companies is vital for the safety of our environment, health, and fellow inhabitants of our Earth. Pollution is not a new concept to most people on this planet. However, corporations have monopolized on the out-of-sight, out-of-mind concept, so most people do not realize the damage their waste is causing. A grand example of an effect of the plastic lie is the pollution of the ocean. Over half of our planet is covered in water, and according to the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, 80% of the waste in those waters is plastic. Although we may not see the 8 million tons of plastic in the ocean, it is there and is causing injury and death to our fellow Earth inhabitants. So next time you see a fish or a dolphin jumping in the ocean, take time to think about what the effect your waste is having on them and what the effect the lie of recycling is having on them. The safety of our fellow organisms is not the only thing at stake when we're considering plastic side effects. For years, plastic has been linked to multiple health conditions like the disruption of hormone growth. BPA and other harmful chemicals added for the convenience of plastic corporations are known to leach into foods and drinks. This means that not only are these companies lying about how they dispose of their plastic, but they are also not being truthful about what happens when we use their plastics. Plastic factories do not draw the line at poisoning our food or littering the ocean. They also take the time to pollute the air that we breathe. The emissions produced by plastic factories contribute to over 60,000 deaths in the U.S. by air pollution. Not to mention the over 2 million dead in China and India from air pollution as well. With plastic as one of the most used materials in manufacturing, there is no doubt that plastic corporations are a large benefactor of air pollution. So, how can we combat the lies we have grown up with? For this, we can reference the first 2 words in the age-old environmentalist phrase, reduce and reuse. One of the first ways we can get back at plastic companies for their misinformation and malpractice is by reducing the amount of plastic we buy. Like any industry, the plastic industry is ruled by supply and demand. If we can put a damper in the demand for plastic, then we can reduce the amount of plastic being made overall. With less plastic needing to be made, there will be less factories polluting the air. The reduction of our use of plastic can be facilitated by using actually recyclable materials such as glass and metal, which can be recycled endlessly. Not only does glass and metal work as a recyclable option, they also can be used for the second form of battling the plastic industry, reusing materials. All metal and glass containers are able to be washed and used multiple times and do not contain harmful chemicals. This means you can eat or drink something without having to worry about it leaching chemicals or potentially polluting the sea. Glass and metal are not the only materials that can be reused. Another more sustainable material that can be used anywhere from food prep to straws is paper. Instead of putting your lunch in some type of disposable plastic container, you could wrap it in paper, which can then be effectively recycled. Really, though, any reusable containers, materials, or products is a positive step towards a more sustainable environment and a more friendly lifestyle. The plastic industry has done a number on our planet. It has increased air pollution, water pollution, and has made the world ultimately a less healthy place to reside. Not only have plastic corporations contributed to the downfall of our planet's well-being, but they have also lied to us for almost half a decade. However, if we can heed to the advice of our early environmentalists and focus on reducing and reusing, then plastic companies may soon reap what they have sown. Remember though, the first step in repairing the effects of plastic production is reduce the use of plastic. When done together with reusing materials, reduction is an easy process. So I ask you to do what you can to help recover our environment from the lies of plastic corporations. And if you still don't really know what to do, plant a tree. Thank you.